You know what, chat? I'm just kind of over Dead by Daylight right now. It's just becoming a state that I just don't enjoy playing anymore. So I think I'm just gonna hit this button real quick. Oh, there's a survey here for uninstalling. Well, let me say survivor perks are unbalanced. Killer add-ons? No, killer strategy. General. Why is there only one survivor thing and like 3 killer things? Is behavior biased? Hey guys, Phyrexian Grace here. Today I wanted to take a second to talk to you guys about something that's been bothering me for quite a bit now, and that has been the increasing evidence towards there being some form of survivor bias at Behavior Interactive. This is coming from a completely objective viewpoint. I am not going to be talking about balance all that much in this. I am going to be more talking about things that Behavior has said and things that Behavior is doing to go over why I personally feel that there is bias. Before I continue, I do want to address that these are my opinions. These are not representative of anything factual, and I will never state them as such. I will merely state that it feels that there is bias. Starting off, we have the survey you get when you uninstall Dead by Daylight. Whenever you uninstall Dead by Daylight, you are taken to a link that gives you a survey on why you uninstalled. This survey, as you can see, does not go over many reasons why a killer would be quitting. This is important for later, so keep in mind that they are only going over one thing here for killers specifically, and that is that survivor perks are unfair or unbalanced. Other than that, there are 3 things talking about how killer add-ons and powers are too problematic, how tunneling and slugging and face camping are an issue, and there's a 3rd one that I can't remember off the top of my head, but it should be on screen. This creates a biased data set for Behavior to work with when it comes to balancing their game in the future, as according to this, Behavior sees that people are 3 times more likely to complain about a killer problem than a survivor problem. That's going to cause them to make more changes to benefit the survivor side than the killer side, which creates bias from a biased data set. And we can already see evidence of this happening. In the recent Behavior community live stream that they did back on October 24th, they went over some changes coming in a future PTB. To Behavior's credit, this was awesome. This was a great thing for them to do, and I hope they do more in the future. It was really nice to see what was coming down the pipeline. And while there were some things that I was greatly appreciative of, like scratch marks being customizable as someone who struggles seeing the color red, this is huge for me. I am very reliant on shaders just to be able to have a similar playing field to other people, so this is going to help a lot. However, there were some things that were not so thrilling to see, and that was them going over the 3 main reasons people are uninstalling Dead by Daylight, according to their numbers, which they have said come from these surveys. Those 3 reasons being face camping, tunneling, and slugging. There was no mention of the killer problems in this game, of what they struggle with, such as gen rushing, bully squads, pallet saves, etc., etc., etc. It was all entirely focused on survivor gripes. And I don't know about you guys, that kind of pisses me off. That creates a level of frustration in me that I can't really describe in detail without going on an hour-long rant. So I'm going to keep it short. My feelings weren't helped by them describing people who tunnel or slug or camp as evil. They used the word evil to describe members of their player base who are using these strategies to gain a tactical advantage in a video game. I don't know about you, but when I use the word evil, I'm thinking someone who kicks puppies for fun. I'm thinking someone who trips old ladies while crossing the street. I'm not thinking someone who plays a video game more efficiently than other people. I think this is an incredibly short-sighted move for them to use these wordings in a community live stream where they're trying to discuss things for making the game better. This is going to make killer players feel like they are wrong for playing this way. And before you go off in the comments saying that we are wrong for playing this way, shut up. I am so over this narrative of killer players who play efficiently are bad people. It is nothing but us versus them, and seeing behavior feed that frustration, it doesn't feel good. Additionally, they went on to go over the changes they were making to the anti-tunneling and anti-slugging measures from the last PTB, which were, for lack of a better term, not well received. Killers were way too penalized for this. To their credit, they removed the penalties. They also removed any reason to not tunnel still. All they get now, as a killer, if you do not tunnel, is you get 15 seconds of Bloodlust 1, which is lost upon using your power, breaking a pallet or wall, or entering chase. The problem with this is that there are maybe 5 killers who can benefit from this without some gamble to begin with. Trapper and Hag can no longer set traps near the hook. Wraith doesn't benefit from this, but Wraith had mobility, so a B tier killer gets nothing from this. To their credit, the higher tier killers like Blight, Dracula, Krasu, Kaneki, they don't benefit from this, and they don't need to. They already have the mobility, and they have the power to back it up. But people like Wraith, who are already struggling, being B tier killers, people like Ghostface, who can no longer stalk without losing this bloodlust, people like Pig can no longer crouch without losing this bloodlust. People like Unreal can no longer demanifest or teleport without losing this bloodlust. There are so many low tier killers that don't get benefit from this, to the point that there's no reason for it. And then 750 blood points for a unique hook? Are you kidding me? You think I am going to throw away a game for 750 blood points? A brown add-on in the Blood Web costs 2,000. You need to at least make it double that for me to even think about it. If the other benefit is a haste, I'm never going to benefit from. And on the flip side, on the Survivor side of things, Survivors got their collision back with their anti-tunnel measures. Are you insane? You even said that people were weaponizing it when they didn't have collision. That is literally infinitely harder to do when you have no collision than it is to have collision. If you have collision while you have your anti-tunnel, you can body block, which means you can force off the record value. You can force base kit endurance value. You can force decisive strike. You can force all of these measures with zero punishment and little to no interaction or thought process. You can just do it. With no collision, you have to plan, you have to strategize, you have to be on the same wavelength as the survivor to make sure they don't suddenly cut left when you're going straight. These changes feel so bad to see, especially with how behavior is talking. And it feels like a problem that has been rising up more and more is coming. Anyways, guys, with that all being said, let me know what you think down in the comments below. To share your comments, your opinions, make sure you keep it civil. If you guys like this video, make sure you leave a like. If you disliked it, dislike it. Make sure you comment and subscribe, do all the algorithm things, and I shall see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.